recharge, ăn uống đầy đủ và quay trở lại đây. Chúng ta tiếp tục marathon thôi. Thật sự là mình cũng đã không biết ý tưởng chơi game liên tục thế này nó là tốt hay xấu ấy. Đây, lúc trước là đang phỏng vấn bọn này.
That ride is...
Hey, piss. You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The question was rhetorical.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicate.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jack.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger.
They usually occupy the burnt-out...
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom light's a wretched aggressive. Murder? Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah,
These punks don't know anything.
Hey, stop that!
This sounds like epistemology, a field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art?
Maybe it's true. The hanged man is merely a prop in a performance. We are the...
So what do you think we know? Nope.
Don't tell him that. Skulls don't tattle, man. Cindy wouldn't.
You already said she's a skull. The last I saw her, she was hanging around the old apartment building near the pier.
Just don't tell her you heard it from Piss and Fuck, alright? I think she wanted those gloves for herself.
All right, we have a lead on the gloves.
The Union does their share of... But
apart from the Union...
Well, there's...
Yeah, the girl piss blathered out when you asked about...
by the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, the lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient.
Oh man, yeah! We're not fucking kids, man.
Đây là bạn cùng với mấy cái thằng ở trong cái tròi đây mà.
Be wary of the abyss.
it's a threat. An impotent threat of violence. But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit? We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, because we can be just as psycho and
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
We'll fuck the system from the inside.
Right on, fuck. Mm-hmm. What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement. The word pit. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. What I mean by this...
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least...
Like I said before, many men keep searching for...
I'm wondering...
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times. And even then, it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, you get more fish in it. Because when one...
Hate to admit it. Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops? Your lack of imagination is baffling, but you do make up for it with, yes, questions.
That ride is...
Hey, piss... Look who it is. Shrunken cophead.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone,
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt, sur la clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Seminine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then. Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I will...
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library. Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright?
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day. Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Majon? They returned a Tybalt book the other day. Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her. Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight. Marie! She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time. 1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that. Happy we could help.
Anything else you need from me? One moment. Can you please describe the body?
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell.
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing.
What about his belongings? Did you... Any information on the library card? Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? Not yet. But I was able to convince the database people to share private sector information. Just a Sylvie Malaika on the...
Yes. Hello. Oh, great. What else? You mean why?
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. No? Not me. Yeah, go on.
You hear the call.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
Không level up được nữa. Xong rồi kia nhảy.
This screen found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside. I don't know how good it is, but this investigation has taken long enough. We can't afford it to take any longer. Use the pry bar to smash the window. This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Put skill point. Vấn đề là tôi đã làm thế nào forget nhỉ?
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers. The glass on the side windows is tinted.
Make way for the master poet.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Yes? What is it?
Fuck, does Kuno care? Kuno Kuno doesn't... Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno d-
Khó nhảy.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the cop habit. This isn't case-related. Hard to say. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in
Ui, bảo là
rags.
đấy là xe của mình.
This is point A. The driver started there and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us... Well, you did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene.
Gặp xin tôi.
Where to begin?
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and... But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can.
Hello again.
Con này có tên là Cindy không? Không, con này không phải tên là Cindy. Con Cindy là con nào?
The device is cold to the touch, an angular on.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master. Well, yeah, some...
The man smiles mysteriously.
As always.
Back to the heavy hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibbity!
Your cop train.
sớm quá nhở, hay là đi nghiên cứu vụ George đi, vì một nghỉ tối tôi quay trở lại cái apartment sau, bây giờ cũng chẳng đi được nữa.
An old door, worn by elements, guards.
Đây giờ George đây đúng không?
Heavy wooden doors. The lock turns easily.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of it in the heart. A machine stands in the corner.
Another radio computer.
These machines sometimes harbor traps.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case. It's also quite similar to the one we have.
A quaint little box of radio waves. You see fluorescent play and print. The lieutenant says nothing. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fire. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine.
Good morning. Votre accident.
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log? Good. Please.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Received. I will. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good. Please.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Received. Votre accident. Is there anything? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez.
Saint-Brune. That's the church.
Anything else I can... Good.
The machine's keyboard is still. Nothing happens. The silence, maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, and then it's gone. It seems you can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is big. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the lieutenant points.
Can you hear anything? The church just has...
His detached tone concealed. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity. He doesn't seem entirely convinced. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. The silent, relax. It'll be okay. Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin. Filled with vague, there's nothing.
Officer.
You see, maybe it's possible to... Is that a man? The crab man? The man leaned forward a little.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district.
Here you could receive the mother's love.
This man is obviously a habitual.
I'm put off by this religious stuff. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You have...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit. I know it's hard to admit.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may...
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. This is the church of the mother of...
You have no idea. 'Tis not an act, my liege.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got, I always thought of myself more like a flame.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel?
Sure am. Now I use those same hands since...
All right, let's consider the context and meaning here.
It's all just for the mother, man. I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's like...
Do you remember your name?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name. But those syllables, your place amongst your fellas. That's just the thing, Holmes. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. I circled it. Nurtured by the silence bestowed by them. Oh, she is a cavity in the dark. I will be insane.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know.
It's not like that at all.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you. To his very own self.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. Hard to say. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing. I think they were. A long time ago.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending.
Police raid.
Did you witness it?
Not really.
It looks like he truly doesn't remember. There's a vagueness to his sense of time.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me. Nah, man. Why not? They wouldn't might even be...
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Other spooker?
Viaita is grandma?
No. I just call her Viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. I'm afraid not, Essay.
Or search through her radio computer.
Too many times, Essay.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public.
Don't sweat it, Vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity like others.
Viaita is...
No. I just call... That's what I... Don't really follow her. I'm afraid...
Or search through her radio computer.
I think we're done here, Essay.
That was, however.
Why does art inspire you so much? Excellent question. In short, have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic. With that, yes, you seek substance. Exactly. It's not only your... Go ahead and... The machine's keyboard is the speaker.
Good morning, votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East in good. Please repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After votre accident, is there anything else I can... Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit... The first entry, made on the 4th, arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish...
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while. Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could...
I doubt that we can find any. Nothing spooky about this place either.
Then why doth? 7th of February, 51. Finally, got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series.
Why would anyone need any?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strange, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmer, I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out.
Seems like something to do with radio computer. Something about the backup data getting destroyed. I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it...
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out.
The girl on the ice?
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
March 51. A new tomb. Your reading is interrupted by this. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks now.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
In white silk. This is her innocence. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and the world is silent, but for the creaks, the ocean. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers. She acknowledges you as that terror. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot.
Yes. It's a minor landmark.
On the coast of an uninhabited arc.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the... We should be respectful here.
Respectful? A pang of guilt?
I have a theory. Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
How come the lieutenant isn't sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't... It happened a while ago. It's an important to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling, and
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system...
It's a mystery. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad... A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of... Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant... The escutcheon on her throne said, small figures of wise men. Below both women, in luminous, and then along afterlife. Could these words be the password that
Death, life again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. It was deemed subservient justice, union, prudence, and force. Eyes cool.
the mother of humanism towers above you? A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression. The mother of humanism stands above you. Despite the damage, no amount of Commodore Red can wipe her. The highest category of historic individual. And more. An innocence is elected to office by the founding party. A precedent that has taken place. An innocence is infallible. The decision. No, we are alone. 300 years ago, many things, terribly, she made the most of her. She was crowned 2 years after. Wow, that is why the lungs are, as did we all. In a city, she was dressed in a white and pearl dress. Oh yes, she looked midwinter snow was beating the cop. One of the men, something that Dolores Day was shot in the chest. This inhuman quality was terrifying. Although she's often considered to be she was the most the Mesk state suggested she adored chess. Yes, little is known of her mark. This subtle terror.
Lieutenant Yefrater, what are you thinking of, if I may ask? She's been dead for 300. None of this is, in fact. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with. I have no idea what you mean. Yes, we all are. Her name.
The woman looks by in silence.
It's not spiritual.
What is it? No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. Yes. Or...
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. If you're not here to hire me, I don't...
Did she say over 16 years of experience?
No. Yes. And... I don't care.
Wow, she really doesn't.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. I use the AR-1 as my RAIN Prefect's processing unit. RAIN Prefect is my radio computer. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power on the front, the unified front of radio, it's all around us.
Like love.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez, but it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend... Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing.
Could you just... shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something. They are connected to my RAIN Prefect. Whatever you do...
Short and terse.
Great. You really like those questions, don't you? I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait. She's looking for a disruption in the raid. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say. What do you think it is?
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using...
Hydrotransducers. So that's what those water basins...
But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Yes, that's what led me here. Somewhere underneath those roof beams
Only a faint crisscross...
There's this place at the back of the church.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure?
Maybe, but it's odd. I know. No, I don't. Because it's just trial and error. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just... Great. Thanks. The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks. What? I hate...
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really eat. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub. Take a guess, why don't you? Bingo!
Ah, wonderful. Now this house of worship is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
So that's settled. Great. No nightclubs in the church then.
Mình vừa làm gì vậy? Bà ấy nói nhiều quá ấy, mình kiểu...
Hi again. So, how are things going? And? What happened? Oh, man. Who is he? What did... Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church? No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah. Noid is...
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper... I guess it's not a mass... Everyone is welcome! Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, a programmer? That's all. What a pity! That's my... A shame. What can we do now? The Unity! And you can't just evict her? Look at you! No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the lines in the dark. At least Crabman seems... Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him...
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you. Oh, man! But the drug lab was like an integral part of getting the club. For me, it was my favourite part. I mean, Nordic music is great.
Excitement bubbles up in you. Maybe you should blast some of these drugs right here in this tent.
Pull out that stick, lawman. You'd absolutely love drugs. Excellent. Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Mình chả hiểu là mình bây giờ sẽ trở thành gọi là tay sai của bọn này à? Gọi là cứ đi qua rồi đi lại. Nhưng mà chắc là nó cũng phải cho mình một cái phần thưởng gì đấy đúng không? Hoặc là thông tin gì đấy đúng không? Cảnh sát mà bọn trẻ danh này sai như đúng rồi vậy.
Yes, what is it? I don't want to make anything work. Yes, anything.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her, but
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want any...
there's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
What? No.
She thinks about it.
All right. Bring me the game's offside copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a film... No. That's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer.
Okay, But still. It's a backup of my former employee. The backup itself is destroyed now. But I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement.
Basement? Sounds...
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's not... We clear?
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had...
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. That's her name, I believe. Good. Then in the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Of course, because she's from Martinez. And people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. Yes.
The lieutenant coughs.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that... Thanks. And here's my Qualsund multitool. You might need it to hack loose some ice.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not...
Yes? Thanks.
Cindy là con bé nào nhỉ? Ủa, chứ có con nào tên là Cindy?
That ride is...
Hey, piss. Look who it is.
The bear's eye, but where's the filament memory? It's not...
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
A friendly... The paper still smells of vanilla. The bear's eye, but where's the filament memory?
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
A friendly... The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. This the whole thing resembles Kadran. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key, the speaker comes to...
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the Good. I've unlocked the production schedule.
Really? She just used the same...
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting The filament slides out of its glowing. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Like a smooth draw, nothing happens. Behind the hatch sits the filament slides out of. The bear's eyes are still, but where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Good question. I know. What is even...
The fridge buzzes.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
A friendly cartoon. The paper still smells of vanilla and...
Good question. I know. What is even...
The fridge buzzes. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it. Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and something close to you dies with a soft
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises. The bear's eye, but where's the filament memory?
Someone must have taken it.
Only the red cable is somewhere. A machine hums along with the current, happy and contented. An old East Delta Commerce Center. The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Damn it.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the bar...
Proper weightlifting gloves would definitely...
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Tại sao lại không được nhỉ? Hay là nó bị bug hay bị lỗi gì đấy? Từ từ, hình như là mình đã bán một thứ đồ gì đấy. Từ từ, lock container à? Ui, có cái container. Chuẩn lên. Lẽ nào?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome. Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want...
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. Yes, the Simonese are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply...
The woman looks aloof.
Hola, Wandering Man. Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems... Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Từ từ. Sẽ bấm nhầm á, trời ơi.
Because what wasn't an option? Are you satisfied, detective?
You're back before the cargo. You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Damn it.
Lorry stuck. The windows are
Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor... This screen found, A to Z, contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins.
Tự dưng bây giờ lại được với đau tôi chứ.
This screen found, A to Z, with a firm grip you raise the pry bar. A glint of light catching on the tip. The window shatters and...
Subtle.
The smell of cigarette. There's something odd about them. These are movie posters featuring starlets from one of them. There's definitely perfume in the air. The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. The actress is draped in a sheath dress. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone? This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn. She wasted away in a drug den. The actresses and the looks like the frequency dial is
strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial.
The ghostly actresses. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here. But one odd detail does catch your eye. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique? Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation? Understood. We should still go and see what Titus has got to say.
The movie stars are still smart. Voila, a stack of...
Bonne prise.
This large map displays toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers. And the final map displays a labyrinth. Looks like the smugglers have...
So it would seem. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large. The Besmerti is a Revacholian with cool names, like La Puta Madre and Aura Masta. It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up.
The stack of maps looks just a metallic drawer slides out from the... It's an issue of Peripherique. It looks like an article ripped out. These formulas look oddly painted.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. You close the rust.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence, I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of...
This means it's well funded.
I'm not sure. Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used... And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either. Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. as elegant as they are.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
Debrief over.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean you...
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for... The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong step.
Yeah, man.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course. Boo fucking who?
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about.
Theoretically.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene.
My answer is...
And here we go.
I know! Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Xem được gì rồi. Rồi, về gặp con Joy để xem là có cho mình được thông tin gì không nè. Khiếp. Như là đến điều tra hết bán vũ khí, giết người rồi truck rồi đảo chính. Đủ các kiểu là ông ta linh tinh. Mà mới có ngày thứ tư mà mình đã tìm được nhiều thông tin thế rồi, chứng tỏ mình giỏi phết đấy chứ.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Until you come up with something at that intersection.
She's simply...
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? It doesn't really matter.
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely. That would give them a read on the...
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it.
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours. Exactly. But what?
Okay. I thank you for sharing that much with me. In any case, you've held up your end of our ring. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth.
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war. with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst case.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the...
Who are they?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban...
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant unit. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched. Last Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded...
What is the nature of this, so...
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. It's not good, no. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to...
They would have to project.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant?
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30...
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons. Even yours, as I said, a bloodbath. It doesn't have to be like this, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Not much. Their public resume is relatively good. As far as private military contractors, they boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht.
Meaning they're used to operating in war.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Island. I wouldn't go as far as to use that term.
It's the expression she objects to.
thế nho mọi người. Do gì mình vừa nấu bánh. Đấy, ngồi chơi chán đấy. Đó, vừa mới nấu thêm bánh để ăn không. Ăn thử thêm. Đang không biết mọi người ăn sáng thế nào mà tuần trước mình ăn sáng bằng bánh mì ấy, béo quá. Tuần để đang thử mua những thứ khác để xem có lượng béo hơn không. Nào, chơi tiếp thôi.
Yes.
She picked a strange hill to die on. Strike. She's silent.
What is the purpose of this, detective?
Paramilitary death squad is a bit rich. But yes, were it up to me, I would have at least vetted them more thoroughly. I wouldn't go as far.
It's the expression she objects to.
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, if you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
Công nhận bà này biết nhiều á. Không nhiều quá.
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. The remaining contractors, their tribunal, it's what they believe.
Hold on. Teenager à?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
Sophie, thế là mình nghĩ có thể là nó không phải là con, cái đó chỉ tán tỉnh cho vui thôi nhé.
If you mean, did I see him alive? Yes. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture them.
I can't remember.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see.
That's all right, man.
He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful...
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate...
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to... You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
That would afford a good vantage point.
Where is your radio for contacting?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel. That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
True.
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
I hope I can answer it better. Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask. Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute.
It was taken with a frigate not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it. The sailor's soul would quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he... Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the
old world past.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning. His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Challenge accepted. I say we do it.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Rồi. Biết nhiều tin tức phết chi nhỉ? Nào.
Give me a moment. It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her. You'll find the Maisons in apartment 20 upstairs. It's one of those doors on the balcony.
Yes?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number... A weathered brown door. Something smells good. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
You're right.
You hear light footsteps.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary. Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel.
Good advice.
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information.
The lieutenant motions to...
Hello? Who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
The police. A moment, please.
Tidying up. There's fair enough.
Come in. The door is... It's you from the bookstand. I don't think I introduced myself properly.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief. For now, you're on your own. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Is this about Victor, my husband? No, this is something much...
How about some small talk before you break the news?
How have I been?
Can't write a scene without knowing that.
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. He has a problem with drink. He's probably in the box drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but I guess something came up. Oh, it's in
Central Jamrock.
I think...
It is.
No, I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back. It shouldn't be long from now. Just to return a book of mine.
Do something? Break something?
I think it was, Thibaut's The Glinting Curve. It was pretty good. His old leather jacket. It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so... No, well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
She folds her hands. Here it comes. You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes.
Oh.
But he was just here.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want...
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just... How long had...
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes welling up with...
Here.
No. I just need to tell my girl.
It burns like unreal.
God. Should I...
No. A day.
Good. That's probably the... Just tell me, what do I need to do now?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that they are...
No, I'll call you if something comes up. Thank you.
These are her last reserves.
We should step outside and talk. You did well. You did enough. Can save the whole world.
Can't bring the dead back.
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live.
Let's go.
Mình còn chưa kịp đi gọi là thám thính. Khổ.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle.
After you, detective.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged.
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. Whoever lives here, definitely. There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. Some youth, I suspect that's exactly what they're trying to do. There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution. So he was definitely. There aren't many communists around. Not after the.
The lieutenant raises a brow.
Thank you for sharing this wonderful. There aren't many communists around.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep your attaboy. The world's secrets were made for you.
Trying to sneak up on me.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab.
It just has to be said. That was not a convincing line.
Fucking loincloth.
Loincloth? Now you see, that's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire. He seems tense. The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get.
Phải là bé này không? Siêu.
Yes? What is it?
Bé này ngây thơ lắm, chẳng biết cái gì. Không thể tin được, vào đây lại đi. Rõ ràng là tìm được đến cái chỗ tầng hầm rồi.
The bear's eyes, but where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say? Someone must have taken it.
A friendly. The paper still smells of.
Good question. I know. What is even.
The fridge buzzes with.
Chết rồi, hay là tôi lại bán nó đi rồi. Có khi tôi bán nó đi thật rồi chứ.
Two cables are plugged in.
Chán thế. Giờ làm nào để có thể gọi là lấy lại nhở? Đây thì còn cái gì?
That ride is...
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets. Why? What's this?
Indeed. I think...
He doesn't elaborate. The lieutenant's cool rider, right? I knew we'd find something worthwhile here. Buy it.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it. Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I doubt it, but I can try. I do my best.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Sure, let me have a look. Oh, a photic puff.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are.
Another time, perhaps.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. All the old boomboxes are there. The face of King Freecell smiles it.
Yes, what is it? Yes, what is it? Yes? Thanks.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette packet.
Chỉ biết đi đâu làm gì nữa nhỉ? Ngồi chờ đến hết ngày à? Chưa đi này.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir, glad to...
Feels good to get that off your chest.
10-4, I know I already wrote it in a report, but... 10-4, sir, roger that, and very glad to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report. Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
This is Precinct 57. It was...
Gottlieb, what is it now? Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Does it... Sylvie? Yes. Oh, great. What you mean, why?
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please.
God.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing... No, not me. No, people don't...
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast.
It was someone else.
Yeah, go on.
You hear the call breaking.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio. As you tap,
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know them.
a metallic pull-out toolbox slides back.
Đã bị lỗi rồi.
I, saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble? Nah, man. I was telling you the truth.
So that's what that emotion was before.
What else do you know about her?
Nothing. We just talked a bit. About life and stuff. She left me a key. Oh man, that's like a load off my mind.
He chooses to believe what's best for her.
Oh, you know. Tommy Laham's gonna be a musician.
The correct grammar is
Tommy Lam was taken. My real name
is more him. The man taps his fingers.
Make way for the master poet. Oh,
time to relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we're pals and all.
There's no denying. The man taps his The tear machine stands in the corner.
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Làm gì bây giờ nhỉ? Vào chỗ bế tắc rồi.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The unpromising raise pupil.
No, you don't. You need to help me find out who killed our hanged man. Another one?
Get your...
To come the concept. This again, but a studious approach. Just remember. Come back to me when you've mastered the Elysium.
Ngồi chờ đến cái buổi tối gặp thằng kia thì mình cũng chả có cái nhiệm vụ gì mà chúng ta. Liệu thằng Kuno thích cái hình tượng hay không nhỉ? Thử gặp thằng đấy trước đã nhá. Không có các bác siêu Trung Hoa cứ đi lòng va lòng vòng.
Kuno care? Kuno doesn't fucking care. Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he...
Get your snap. You should get...
You okay?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment.
Kuno does...
The Warner...
We can sit on benches after we...
You can revisit the bench if you ever need.
That ride is...
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunk.
These guys...
Why? Yeah.
You didn't say that. The lieutenant looks down at it.
Fine. Fuck it.
Oh,
here.
It's true. Wow.
Fuck that.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
No. He's like, you know what?
Fuck him.
I'm not wearing that jacket. I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all. The need will not arise.
Look at this kid.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
Hey, was there something you needed? Got the 20 real? Then why are you... Another thing. Great. Oh yes, that door. No, I don't... Awesome.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolute. He looks at the dust on his finger.
Yes, and the phone company is taking its... Who told you that? Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wiring. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
The door is closed. This door can only... Still nothing. The lieutenant gives it. He doesn't like where this is going. The window stands broken.
Yes? What about me? Good. Let's change the subject.
xui.
Hello, officer.
Oh, hello, sweetie. So nice to see you again.
Vigilance officer? What can this...
What are you?
What?
He thinks you're playing.
Now. I'm sure the officer means it figuratively. Like a forensic technique or something, right?
Bon songs. All right.
Oh.
Not actually that rare. It's just that red or monochrome rainbows usually occur at sun.
Even after it happens slowly. Like the right and the up.
There's something substantial moving in him. Trying regret. On a walk.
Easy, René. Take it easy.
Humbus.
Enough of... But don't...
The carabiner.
Anything else you want? Or can we get back to our game?
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I help the citizens' militia on this fine day?
A man so principled about you really do. Now unleash the fury. Say, whoa, easy there, Goldmouth. He does.
All right. Let's hear them, officer.
Honorable one, of course there were honor points. Oh, you are on the fast track to becoming one living selfless. Are you ready to drink deep from the cup? Yes, even among the honor come, you need to bring the thumb of your right hand. People.
What are you doing? The big deal? I guess we really do.
Good. That congratulate. Go forth and commit evil. It is an honor to serve with you, honor cop.
Mình không biết là mình có click cái gì luôn mọi người. Tình hình là không biết đi đâu về đâu.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is precinct 57. Not yet. But I was a 57.
In the cabin, you see a...
Chả có gì để thử nữa, thử xử cái này luôn đi.
It's you again. What is it? Yeah,
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys.
You heard the man. Yeah.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole.
Yeah. What are they now, huh?
These people.
No, they're not. They're the fuck is that supposed to mean?
We're not bees. We're men.
Easy, We got weapons of our own. We got Ester 50s. I guess we're gonna see.
That was an unsure phrasing.
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to... What do you mean, okay? No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative.
He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that.
All he means is that the situation.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does it...
Huh? You got a problem?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Speak for you.
They didn't see shit.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal.
So what? What do you want from me?
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. If you don't, if you question her...
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here in the whirling in rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit. Blonde. That's I'm on due. With an O-U.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
Compose?
You inexplicably...
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing.
Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship.
Was like that cat.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again.
It would help if we establish it.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
I know her.
How well?
A small twitch in the...
Well enough, copper.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
You mean Revachol? Nah.
Don't you give her any more... Shut up, Angie.
Titus gives them both. What's with all the silences? And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? It sounded fun.
What do you think I meant? Yes, yes, and no. Got something to say about it? No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you...
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
Cuối cùng thì cũng tìm được một cái lead các bạn ạ. Xem nào. Xem tách nhiệm vụ này. Ok, thôi dừng lại ở đây thôi. Save. Nghỉ ngơi một tí, mệt quá. Cứ chạy lòng vòng. Kim có ý kiến cái cò gì à? Nói chuyện với thằng đồng bạn cái.
Officer, what was that? You looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman? Is there something I should know before?
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. Okay, that's manageable. Understood. What else did you do? We'll be all right, Lieutenant.
You feel fortified by his assurance. Is it though?
Rồi. Sếp, không biết buổi tối có chơi thêm một tí nữa không mọi người, nhưng bây giờ mình mệt quá rồi. Mình sẽ dừng ở đây. Xem nào, xem chơi bao nhiêu lâu. Ui, chơi đến 2 giờ chiều luôn. 2 tiếng rưỡi. Cũng ok đó. Thế nha, BB cả nhà. Nếu mà chắc là tối sẽ chơi thêm một tí nữa. BB